Interesting rhino facts. Rhinos are one of the largest animals on the planet. The rhinoceros got its recognition thanks to the horn growing on the top of the nose. The maximum speed at which a rhinoceros can run is 50 km/h. To eat, a rhinoceros needs at least 70 kilograms of vegetation per day. The skin thickness of a rhinoceros can reach 8 centimeters. Rhinos can get sunburned. To avoid this, the animals wallow in the mud. Rhinos have very sensitive hearing and sense of smell. The Indian rhinoceros was used in military operations by Indian Maharajas. The largest living rhino is the white rhino. The stomach of a rhinoceros processes food, but poorly absorbs nutrients. In 1948, licensed rhinoceros hunters were hired to clear Kenya for agriculture. Such one hunter killed 500 rhinos in one day. Black rhinos eat more than 200 types of vegetation. He especially likes hard prickly plants. Rhinoceroses communicate by smell, especially in their urine and feces. Sometimes female white rhinos gather and live in groups. The maximum lifespan of a rhinoceros in the wild is 40 years. The maximum number of cubs that a female rhinoceros can give birth to is 8. The closest relative of the Sumatran rhinoceros is the woolly rhinoceros, which became extinct in the 9th–14th century BC. The Sumatran rhinoceros, unlike other species, does not breed well in captivity. The Sumatran rhinoceros lives in impenetrable forests and leads a hermitic lifestyle. The longest horn of the Indian rhino is 60 centimeters, while that of the white rhino is 1.58 meters. The main purpose of the horn of rhinos is to separate bushes and thickets in order to get their own food. The Indian rhinoceros differs from its African counterparts not only in its skin and long horns, but also in its love of water. In hot weather, Indian rhinos enter the water and stay there until the heat subsides. African rhinos do not resort to such cooling methods. The Indian rhinoceros is a huge animal whose weight reaches 2.5 tons. The height of an adult male is 2 meters, the female is somewhat lower. The body is covered with a bare skin, a gray-pink hue. Most often, it is impossible to see the color, because the animal is constantly bathed in mud. There are large folds on the skin, and the appearance vaguely resembles a shell. The eyes are small. There are small brushes on the ears and tail. Each foot has 3 toes. They leave a kind of 3-fingered footprints that resemble one of the card suits. Rhinos make snores or grunts. If danger arises, a real roar can be heard. Despite the fact that the animals look peaceful, in fact, rhinos are very aggressive. In case of danger, they can even attack an elephant, which is large. When the male starts chasing the enemy, it is not possible to run away from him. The characteristics of witnesses suggest that outbursts of aggression often have no good reason. For this reason, approaching the animal is strictly not recommended. The animals are vegetarians and feed on young shoots of elephant grass, reeds and other plants that grow near water. Rhinos prefer to feed in the morning, before the heat sets in, or late in the evening. Animals prefer to lead a solitary lifestyle. Males mark their territory with huge piles of dung. The large Indian rhinoceros can swim, and often swims across the river if it wants to get to the other side. Among them there are public ones, with the help of which you can get into the mud bath. The female is able to conceive a cub at the age of 3 or 4 years. The male takes between 7 and 9 years to reach sexual maturity. The rut in females comes once every 45 days. At this time, the female begins to chase the male. The embryo develops within 16 to 17 months. The weight of a newborn cub reaches 65 kilograms. The skin of the baby is very soft, pink and has many folds and outgrowths. The horn grows a little later. There are no animals in the wild that can kill an adult Indian rhinoceros. In a fight with an adult, even a tiger will not survive. Even an elephant prefers to get out of the way of an angry male. Representatives of the species suffer from parasites. Most often these are worms, lice and ticks. Skin parasites become food for birds, which often peck insects on huge animals. One of the reasons for the extinction of this species is hunting for an animal. There are 2,500 representatives of the species left in the world, but the population is gradually recovering. The current range includes a small area in northern Bangladesh, the province of Sindh in Pakistan, and small areas in India and Pakistan. Animal meat is not suitable for human consumption. Rhinos were destroyed because of the mythical value of the horns.